Hey everyone, it's Mojaxx back in the DJcity UK lab. Regular viewers will know by now that I have two particular passions outside of the mainstream of DJing. The first of which is portablism, and we'll be doing more on that topic here on the channel very soon. The second one is 45s. Obviously both these topics have in common 7-inch vinyl, little records. What can I say? It's just my thing. I'm really into it. So today we are looking at a couple of 45 related topics, the first of which is a review of this ultimate high roller 45 bag from Tucker & Bloom, and secondly we'll be looking at a bunch of new 45 adapters. So if you already play 45s or you are thinking of getting into playing 45s, well, this video is for you. If not, I hope you will indulge me. Let's get to it. Tucker & Bloom are a family business based in Nashville who have decades of experience in the luggage industry. All their products are handmade right there in Tennessee, and so whilst they might not be the cheapest option out there, they are the definition of boutique. Their north to south messenger bag was a big hit with a lot of DJs, and subsequently one user, Rich Medina, approached the company with the idea of making a bag specifically for DJs who play 45s. They worked together closely on that design, and the result was the Rich Medina 45 bag, which is what I've been testing over the past few months. They have a number of DJ-specific bags in their range, but I hunted down the Rich Medina bag specifically because I'd come across quite a few 45 heads using it on the road, and they all seem to love it. In a recent episode of the Mickey D show on DJcity, you can see DJ Newmark rocking this exact model during his set. It comes in 4 different flavours. In ballistic nylon, there's the camouflage model you see here, black and olive, all with purple lining, and there's a more expensive basketball leather version, which is orange naturally, with red lining. The main chamber holds around 150 7-inch records, and you can comfortably stash a few more in the top pocket as well, although I tend to use that for carts and headphones. There is also a further zip pocket on the very top for smaller items like your wallet and keys. The body of the bag has velveteen flocked nylon fabric with a foam backing, offering some protection to your precious cargo, as well as feeling very luxurious. Providing more protection is the solid ABS external frame, which is covered in bison chrome leather. I had my doubts about this concept, but in use it feels incredibly solid, offering some of the benefits of a hard case but without the weight. I also found it handy to grab onto when carrying the bag on my shoulder and running to catch a train or something to stop the bag swinging around. Attached to that frame is a metal nameplate, which can be custom engraved at an extra cost. Another custom option is the ability to have a logo printed on top of the bag, which I suspect would look incredibly cool on the basketball leather version. It's options like that, as well as the quality, which is what you're paying for with a boutique brand like Tucker & Bloom. I suspect they'll be able to accommodate nearly any weird and wonderful requirement if you have the budget for it. The quality of the bag is evident around the rest of it as well. It has self-healing zippers, which should take a real hammering, and the stitching is all very precise and has stood up to plenty of abuse from me up to now. There's a sturdy carrying handle and big chunky rings for the shoulder strap, which has a pad with leather on one side and soft faux sheepskin on the other. Carrying a lot of records around is never really a pleasure, even little ones, but the Rich Medina bag is about as comfortable as you can get. If you don't want to carry it yourself, there's a Velcro flap on the rear to allow you to strap the bag to a trolley. So far, all good. Any negatives? Well, the use of real leather here might put off vegan DJs. That's not usually something to consider with DJ bags, which generally use synthetic leather, but it's worth mentioning. But the only real issue for a lot of people will be the price. This is a premium boutique bag, handmade in the USA, and you're going to pay for that. The base model, which I have, is $275. Go for the basketball leather version with engraving, a printed top, and the optional extra pouch which goes on the front, and you're not far off $500 for a record bag. Considering you can pick up an excellent 45 bag from Magma for around about $100, is the Rich Medina bag worth the extra? Only you can really answer that. It is without a doubt the most luxurious DJ bag I've ever used, and I know, having seen other people's, that they really do last. Indeed, Tucker & Bloom are so confident in the quality of their products that they offer a lifetime warranty on them. So this bag should, in theory, be the last one you ever need to buy. That, combined with the luxury feel and great design, does make the Rich Medina bag a solid investment as far as I'm concerned, if you can afford it. It really is a rather lovely thing. So we move on to some more 45 adapters which have found their way onto my decks recently. There is no definitive answer to which is the best adapter. They all have different strengths and weaknesses, and I firmly believe if you want the best adapter in all situations, you'll need to carry at least a couple of pairs. Firstly, we have some adapters which Tucker & Bloom sent me at the same time as the bag. Designed in conjunction with fluid cut, they are made from cherry wood, not, you might think, the best material. But the genius move is inside, where each adapter features a strong magnet which clamps the adapter to the turntable spindle. It also means they clip together for transportation. The idea is great and they work superbly, with one caveat: you'll need to be using the right slip mats. My regular setup of Dr. Suzuki donuts on baby butter rugs is too tall, so the adapters don't really grab onto the spindle firmly enough. And if you run just very thin mats like butter rugs or tablecloths, there is a bit of a gap underneath the adapter which the record can slip into. But if you run regular medium thickness slip mats, they work fantastically, holding in place like a heavy metal adapter whilst actually weighing very little. Next up, we have some adapters from Secret Source in the UK. These are aluminium, which means they're somewhat lighter than the steel or brass offerings out there, but they demonstrate the importance of fit over material. They're sized perfectly for the average 45, with very little room between the record and the adapter, and that really helps things stay locked in place very nicely. I'm a big fan of the tri-spoke kind of design, which is super easy to grab hold of in a hurry. Overall, they're very nicely made adapters and very affordable. In my last 45 video, I reviewed the adapters from Sid Def Jam, with the rubber O-rings around them which clamp down on the vinyl like a weight. I'm still a big fan of those and always carry at least one to help with problematic dished vinyl, but in general I mix 45s very quickly, and having to remove the adapter every time I change records is a bit slow for my taste. So I'm happy to see the company now offering these heavyweight brass adapters. Weighing in at a massive 175 grams each, they are heavy beasts with that classic reggae selector style dome shape. Sizing is perfect and they've left the brass unfinished, which means they will gradually tarnish over time and take on a real organic look, which I love. They're cheaper than their original adapters too, so quite a bargain really if you want something well designed, simple and really heavy. They're available from the company in Australia directly, and there is also a UK reseller now, Fat Wax 45, for European buyers. And finally, we have some adapters from the 316, produced locally to me here in the UK. These are the most expensive adapters in the lineup, which is mostly down to the material they're made from, 316 stainless steel, hence the name. This is a grade of stainless steel which is completely non-magnetic and rust resistant. It's used in maritime and food grade applications. The shape is great and the fit is absolutely fantastic, to the point where you might need to carry some other adapters for any 45s with undersized holes, but that means in general performance when queuing or scratching is superb, especially with the hefty weight of 147 grams, also reducing slippage. The company offer the option to have your name or logo laser etched into the top of the adapters too. This adds an extra cost, but is a great way of getting your branding out there. So there you go, a look at some products related to one of my passions, DJing with 45s. The Tucker & Bloom bag really is rather lovely. Now, if you'd have said to me 5 years ago that in 2018 I'd be getting excited about effectively a piece of luggage, I would have said you were crazy. But the more bag reviews that I do for DJ City, the more I've come to appreciate the work, the effort and the skill that goes into making a DJ bag that not only looks good, but performs well and is going to last a long time. And I know from other users who have got these bags that they do last an awfully long time. It is pretty expensive, however. It's a lot of money. You're talking nearly 3 times the price of the Magma bag that I reviewed here on the channel a little while back. Is it worth 3 times the Magma price? That's a hard one to answer. If you want that boutique styling, that boutique kind of design and manufacture, then yeah, this is worth it. You know, if you're a high roller, you've got that kind of money to drop on a bag, then you won't regret spending it on this Tucker & Bloom bag. It's definitely very, very nice indeed. As for the 45 adapters, the main thing I'm going to take away from this is that there is no one size fits all. There is no perfect adapter. If you're into 45s, you're going to have to get through a few sets before you find the ones that work for you. And even then, you're probably going to end up like me, carrying around 2 or 3 sets to every gig, because every record is different, every situation is different. Sometimes a different type of adapter is called for, but ultimately there are some really, really nice ones out there. Thank you for watching today. Do make sure you subscribe and hit that bell icon down below to get notified anytime there's a new video from myself or the rest of the DJ City team. I'll see you soon.